What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Pitching Ninja's filthiest pitches of the day. I am Pitching Ninja, and I'm here with a very tired and whiny Will Leahey. What's happening,
I
Will?
really didn't think I was whining that much, Ninja, but now I'll start whining. It's the fact that the Dodgers and Red Sox had an epic game, ups and downs, huge hits, great plays, massive jacks, back and forth the whole time, and the Red Sox ultimately got their hearts ripped out of their asses. But outside of this, I have to assume the highlight for you, Ninja, was the plethora of screwballs thrown by Brent Honeywell here. Is this accurate?
Oh, absolutely. I love rare pitches, and the screwball is about as rare as you get. He's pretty much the only guy throwing it. He's had a number of arm surgeries. We're not going to say it has anything to do with the screwball because we don't know. Nobody knows. He learned the screwball from Mike Marshall, who's a relative of his. And Mike Marshall threw a screwball for a number of years in the major league successfully. And it's just a beautiful pitch. Look at this thing go. Absolutely filthy.
Ninja, what is a screwball? We got all these new pitches these days, but the screwball isn't one of them. It's been around for a long time, but I'm not sure exactly what it is.
Think of the opposite of like a slider. I mean, it's basically going the opposite way. Slider curveball goes glove side, it goes arm side, a lot like a changeup. But the idea of this is to put a ton of side spin on it, get the ball to go arm side. And you can see his grip right here. He really pronates that thing. I did an overlay of his screwball with his fastball, and you can see how nasty that is. Also, I love Adam Wainwright's reaction to this screwball because he's basically all of us. He does a great job in the booth, by
That's
the way.
tough. Oh, that is a screwball. That's just cool.
Now to the rest of my whip around the league. The Rays destroyed the Yankees 9-1. Taj Bradley had 5 Ks in 7 scoreless innings, giving up only 1 hit. His ERA now 2.63. Again, keep your eyes on this guy, the young ace. He had these wicked cutters and splitters. He outdueled Nestor Cortez, who was kind of terrible yesterday with only 1 K in 4 1/3 innings, giving up 6 runs. Charlie Morton had 4 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 1 run as the Braves grounded the Cardinals 3-2. And his cutters and, of course, his wicked curveballs. He faced Kyle Gibson, who was solid yesterday with 6 strikeouts and 5 2/3 innings, giving up only 1 run. He had these sweepers and painted two-seamer and let out a K scream. I love that emotion. Yusei Kikuchi had 8 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 4 runs, but pitched way better than that. He left the game with the bases loaded, and, well, Trevor Richards gave up this grand slam. Womp womp. He had these fastballs, picked up a sword. He had these awesome K struts, including this pause K strut, a bend the knee K strut. I love Kikuchi when he's all fired up. He also had these wicked sliders. He also had this nasty changeup, but the Tigers clawed past the Blue Jays 7-3. Reese Olson started the game for the Tigers, but had to leave due to shoulder soreness. No Ks in only 2 innings. Mitch Spence helped the A's beat the Angels 8-2. He had 3 Ks in 5 1/3 innings, giving up 2 runs. He had this cutter for a sword and this curveball. And he faced Jack Kohanowitz, and I just wanted to say his name. He didn't pitch all that great. He gave up 7 runs, hit 4 Ks in 4 innings. He had these curveballs and changeups. Luis Severino was brilliant and helped the Mets shut out the Marlins 1-0. He had 7 Ks and 6 scoreless innings, giving up only 2 hits. He had these fastballs up to 99 miles an hour, this backdoor painted sweeper, and this one that, well, kind of need a challenge system here because this was not close to the zone. He also had this nasty changeup. He faced Rodri Munoz, who had 5 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 1 run. He had these fastballs and sliders. The Pirates beat the Phillies 4-1. Luis Ortiz had 2 Ks in 7 scoreless innings, giving up 3 hits. He had these heaters. He faced Christopher Sanchez, who had 2 Ks in 5 2/3 innings, giving up 2 runs, and in this dirty changeup. Nick Lodolo had 8 Ks in 6 1/3 innings, giving up 4 runs. He had these disgusting back foot breaking balls again and again and again, and this is absolutely one of my favorite pitches in the game. He also had these fastballs that got the jump back. His fastball has a ton of arm side run. It's tough to see because this camera angle kind of blows, but it does. Trust me. That's why he gets these jump backs. He faced Mackenzie Gore, who really struggled with command yesterday. Gore threw 67 pitches in 2 innings, but still the Nats beat the Reds 5-4. Kind of a gory outing for Gore, don't you
Absolutely.
think? The Orioles flew past the Rangers 8-4. Grayson Rodriguez was good yesterday with 8 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 2 runs on only 3 hits. He had these fastballs, let out a K scream,
Pitch Garcia.
as well as his changeup, and he faced Max Scherzer, who wasn't very good yesterday. We're just going to skip him. Brady Singer had 7 Ks and 7 scoreless innings. I thought the pitch of the day for him were these sweepers. These were filthy, as the Royals soundly beat the White Sox 6-1, just like they're supposed to do. He faced Jonathan Cannon, and good old Johnny Cannon had 4 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 4 runs. He had his elevated sweeper and this bend-the-knee changeup. The Cards beat the Braves in the nightcap 9-5. It was a K-fest. Sonny Gray had 10 Ks in 7 innings, giving up 5 runs. He had these 2-seamers and these sweepers that got the knee buckle. Look at that. He faced Bryce Elder, who had 9 Ks in 5 innings. Bryce Elder with 9 Ks, giving up 6 runs. And he got his Ks on these fastballs, both 4-seam and 2-seamers. The Rockies rose above the Giants 4-3. Kyle Freeland had 4 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 2 earned runs. He had this dirty slider and knuckle curve. Faced Logan Webb, who had 4 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 4 runs. He had these sweepers and changeups. The Dodgers slipped past the Red Sox, as Will discussed earlier in this show, 7-6. Justin Robleski had 5 Ks and 4 1/3 scoreless innings and had these upper 90s electric fastballs. He faced Brian Bayo, who I thought looked great yesterday, with 7 strikeouts in 6 innings, but 3 runs. But again, I thought his stuff was better than his results. He had his fastballs up to 99 miles an hour and these sick changeups. And you can really see the ace-type stuff there, despite the fact the Red Sox didn't win. The Brewers hopped past the Twins 8-4. Freddie Peralta had 8 Ks and 6 scoreless innings, giving up 2 hits. You think Peralta's back? Maybe? Who knows? I expected him to be way better this year, and maybe he's showing signs of it. He had these changeups, sliders, and heaters. He faced Pablo Lopez, who had 7 Ks in 7 innings, giving up 1 run, and he looked sharp too. He had these sweepers, and it has a much better shape than it did earlier in the year. He also had these nasty changeups. Zach Gallen had 4 Ks in 5 scoreless innings, but his command was, he had 6 walks. But it was still enough for the D-backs to shut out the Cubs 3-0. And this changeup and knuckle curve. He faced Kyle Hendricks, who had 2 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 3 runs. He had his curveball and cut changeup. The Astros sunk the Mariners 4-2. Framber Valdez had 6 Ks in 5 2/3 innings, giving up 2 runs. He had 4 walks. I thought his curveball was the best pitch of the game yesterday, and he did it over and over again. These things are nasty. He faced George Kirby, who had 6 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 1 run. And did he have any walks, Will?
No, he's George Kirby.
He's Commander George Kirby. Of course he had no walks. He had this gorgeous painted front door 2-seamer. It again is one of my favorite pitches in the game. Look at that. You jump out of the way. It ends up catching the zone. He also had these sliders that looked really sharp. And here's an overlay of his fastball and slider. You can see why that's a problem for the league. My start of the day goes to Dylan Cease. Dylan Cease had 10 strikeouts in 7 scoreless innings, giving up only 1 hit. And that's just what Dylan Cease does when he's on. The Padres blanked the Guardians 7-0. Dominant outing by Dylan Cease. His ERA is still 3.75, but expect that to come down. He had these sliders, picked up a sword on his slider. Here's a home plate view of the slider. You can see how filthy that is. He also had these fastballs up to 100 miles an hour. And I love this at bat against J-Ram, where late in the game, he was basically like, here it is, hit it. I'm going to shove fastballs down your throat over and over and over again, and ends up getting J-Ram to pop out. Dylan Cease faced Gavin Williams, who had 5 Ks in 3 2/3 innings, giving up 3 runs. He had these upper 90s heaters and this pretty painted curveball. Now onto my filthiest relievers. Aaron Bummer had these frisbee sweepers. Cue the trumpets. Edwin Diaz had this slider. Josh Hader had these heaters. Justin Martinez had these demonic splitters. Grant Holmes had this slider that apparently was too middle on a 3-2 pitch. Look at this. He hits his spot. Catcher doesn't move the mitt. I think he's watching the pitch all the way in and still balled this. What the literal f***? Give me a challenge system. And Deadnell Nunez had these sliders. My top 5 filthiest pitches of the day yesterday at number 5. Dylan Cease, all his nasty stuff. He was dominant. At number 4, Jhoan Duran for these disgusting curveballs. At number 3, George Kirby and that beautiful front door two-seamer. At number 2, Aroldis Chapman for these cheese at the knees, 103 mile an hour fastballs. The man still got it. And at number 1, of course, Brent Honeywell and his screwballs. And now my Pitchy Ninja moment of zen. Well, this really isn't a moment of zen for anybody who loves good pitching. But Francisco Vicioso, how do you pronounce his name, has absolutely disgusting stuff, but doesn't have any idea where it's going to go. In his 3 innings in the minor leagues, he has 28 walks, 35 wild pitches, 4 hit by pitches, and 3 errors on 3 chances. But don't worry, my man. All you need is a pair of glasses, just like in Major League, and all of a sudden, this is going to be dialed in. My picks of the day today, we're going to start with Seth Lugo for 6 Ks or more, then take Shota Imanaga for 5 Ks or more, and top it off with Michael King for 5 Ks or more. And guess what, Pitchy Ninja fans? FanDuel has this amazing offer where you make a $5 bet on any MLB game, and you'll score MLB TV free until September. Head over to FanDuel.com/ninja to take advantage of this offer.